Hey, good morning guys. Welcome back to the channel. Been plugging away on a bunch of boring crap and got parts arriving. I got a wicked free gift from a local club member. I'll show you what that is and just continue on here with what we've been doing. So I've got the engine all tore down. I've been cleaning it, getting all old paint and rust off of the block. I got the timing cover, water pump assembly off, the oil pan. Everything's looking really good inside. I checked the lifters on this side. They're all good. I got a bunch more sanding and stuff to do here, and then I can give everything a coat of self-etching primer. I'm not going to paint the engine until after I've done assembly, just so that I don't get paint and stuff in on gasket surfaces and such. The transmission, I got it all done. I still have to paint the pan. I'm going to wait until it's installed in the car. Easier to work on it from underneath. The new rear seal as well. I got the seals all installed for the shift shaft and throttle shaft, and a couple coats of Hemi orange on it. Dan from DD Speed Shop, he had a good tip there. Put your primer on, then a coat of Chevy orange, and then cover it up with the Hemi orange. The Hemi orange doesn't cover very well. It usually takes about 3 or 4 coats. If you put the Chev orange on first, it takes 1, maybe 2 coats of the Hemi orange. The other thing I've been working on is getting the transmission or the oil pan and timing cover all cleaned up. And I don't know if we have a Canadian distributor in this part of the Saskatchewan. This super clean stuff, I bought it because of Iron Horse Garage, and I'll tell you, it cleans the scum and crap off of the pan and that cover really well. Maybe if Super Clean's watching, they might want a YouTuber here in Saskatchewan to promote their product for them. Really good stuff. So don't hesitate to buy it. It's fairly inexpensive as well. So I got those are all cleaned up and ready to go. I have to do a little bit of modifying here where the oil pan bolted to the transmission on the Chrysler 300. I'm going to have to move one of the holes over slightly to go into the 46RH here. So I'm going to start working on that tomorrow morning. The other thing that's happened here is I have another Hemi in the house. This is an 0757 out of a pickup, and one of the local club members, his pickup started making a little bit of a knocking sound. So instead of fixing it, he just went and bought a used engine and donated this one complete to me. And I'm going to get into it here and see what's wrong, but I don't think it has a collapsed piston like he thinks, but we'll find out. But what's really good for me is in 07, 06, they changed to the integrated coils. So there's only the one plug-in with three wires. DIY Hemi sells a conversion harness kit to plug those coils in, and then I'm not going to need the crossover plug wires that make a mess on top of the engine and make it look real dirty. So these valve covers and coils are a direct bolt onto the 05. Without this, we're looking probably $400, $450 for coils, and another $350 for valve covers to replace this style because the bolt pattern's different. So right there, I've got over $1,000 worth of parts off of this engine that I don't have to spend. I also got the intake manifold and throttle body, and I'm almost thinking that this throttle body and intake is going to work better for my application. It's going to move the throttle body back further on top of the engine and give me room for a filter right at the throttle body. The other thing I got is all my air conditioning parts came in. I got 2 big boxes from Summit. Everything's there. I don't have to wait for anything on that. So with the engine out now, I'm going to be able to position my heat exchanger or the condenser unit inside the cab and have full access to bolt drill holes from the outside. So that's where I'm at here. I got quite a bit done. A lot of this stuff's pretty boring, cleaning parts. I don't think you guys want to watch that. I may continue in the morning, and I'll just show you what I'm doing for bolting this oil pan to the transmission, modifying those holes. So we'll see what happens. I may complete this and just put up a short video. Not quite sure. We'll see. I got the final welding done in here on my steering, the heim joints that support the steering shaft, they're all welded in, as well as my cross member. Still have a little bit to do underneath on the transmission hump to beef up my X-frame there again. So anyhow guys, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the content. If you guys are into some of the early 20s, 30s racing, there's a guy called Randall H. That's Randall spelled R-A-N-D-H-L. No, I'll have to put a link on it for you anyhow. But he's got a really cool Model T speedster type car. She's just an open one. He's been doing some really incredible work on it. You might want to check him out and see what that's all about. Other than that, thanks for subscribing. I got quite a few new subscribers in the last month and a half or so, and really appreciate it, guys. Take care. Morning, guys. We're back again Sunday morning. I guess I'm going to continue this video instead of starting a new one. Pretty much same content, still working on cleaning up parts and everything for this Hemi. So I'll just show you, I run into a bit of an issue here with the oil pan. It's all cleaned up. Now, it has this structural boss on the back end of it here. I don't think it's necessary. They don't have it on the truck pan, but because it's here, I'm going to use it. So what I did was I took the tin plate that goes between the engine and transmission from the original install with the NAG 1 and bolted it to the to my transmission, to the 46RH, and I marked and drilled these 2 holes here, and they go into these 2 holes on the bottom of the 46. And what I've run into is they actually go into one of the casting areas. There's no material here. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to TIG weld these areas full of weld, grind them flat, and then I'll come down, I'll drill through, and then I'll machine with the die grinder the area where the new bolt hole is going to come up, and then I can clean this all up and it'll be ready for install. So once I get this cleaned up and set up, I'll bring you back and show you a little bit of the TIG welding process. Okay, so we're back again. I've got the mold recesses here all cleaned out. I used a die grinder, and then I gave it all a really good wipe down with acetone. This is the center line of the hole, these intersecting marks here, so I'm going to have to fill this up about to my fingernail there. I've got both sides all cleaned up. I've got the oil pan in a really nice, comfortable position for TIG welding. Now I'm going to give this a go, get her all filled up with weld, and then I can bolt that tin plate back on and mark my centers and then drill the holes. So I'll bring you back in a bit here, guys. Okay, guys, I've got these casting marks welded up. flattened off, and now I'm ready to mark my holes and get them drilled. The one thing I did forget to mention, learn how to talk here, always preheat your aluminum before you start TIG welding. You'll see a wave of moisture come out of the surface of the aluminum as you preheat it, and if you don't get that wave of moisture out of there, it's going to affect your weld. So it's just, you don't have to heat it a whole bunch, just enough to get that. Once that wave of moisture is gone, you're good to go there. So okay, I'll bring you back once I get these holes. Okay guys, back again. I've got the tin plate bolted on here, and using a transfer punch, I transferred my holes to the aluminum. Now I'll drill a pilot hole in there, and then I'll bring them up to 7/16 like the other ones. Okay, so we're done with that project. I got the pieces all machined out there. I had to do some die grinding. Good from this side. I had to make a couple bolts for this. They're 7/16 in the transmission. So I turned the heads of some 7/16 bolts down in my drill on the belt sander, and then I beveled the end of both of these. This is a 7/16, or sorry, a 1/4 inch threaded rod joining nut. I beveled both of them and then TIG welded them together. Gives me the length I need to go into these recesses here. As you can see, they stick out just far enough to get a socket on. So that portion's done. Now I can carry on cleaning up the block over there. I want to get the sanding and everything finished on it, and it'll be ready for next weekend for reassembly. So this time I think we'll end the video, guys, and go from there. So once again, thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the content. If you got any suggestions, let me know, and we can go from there. So thanks for subscribing. Make sure you hit the like button there and share with your friends. So take care, everyone. Have a good week.